І конфети, і фіги, і родзинки, і шоколади всякі. Мама там торгувала, поговорила. Я ніколи не виходив без подарків.
I grew up under the wings of a very warm and loving family. And my parents were well off. You know, hardworking people. It was an innocent and a beautiful life, you know, to grow up. Before the war, there were 17,000 people in Buchach. More than half of them were Jews. But our lives changed forever when Hitler invaded Poland. My husband was mobilized to the Red Army. My only chance was to take my son, Izhenko, and go into hiding. There used to come 2, 3, 4 SS people, Gestapo, and the rest they were Ukrainian police. In a small town, you knew them all. You knew their faces, maybe you didn't know their names, you knew them. Today, when I hear not barking, but howling of dogs, brings back so terrible memory. This was the start. They went out with German Shepherd, you know. And you knew, that's it. You were hiding. Whoever had a bunker, his own bunker, they were running to attic, they were running to the basement. You could hear Juden raus, and, you know, commotion and noises and screaming, whoever they took out. And there were bodies and bodies, you know, lying there. They just shot them, I guess, many of them, and they didn't have time to bury them, you know. And when we came home, the most important was that our family, they were safe.
This is where Anna lived?
Yeah. Anna and her husband's brother and Anna's in-laws. There were 3 families in this house.
Everything's new
Yeah.
in 1961.
That's what she
So
said.
you're not going to find your house.
No. This was the street where you were hiding during the Nazi occupation in bunkers. And the police Ukrainians walked by here with their boots dipped in
And where was
blood.
the well?
Up there higher. And they went to wash it up. My mother, I just can picture today when they dragged them out from here and they walked them all around toward the jail. And then from the jail they stripped them and they took them out, I don't know where. Many times, you know, when I think of it, when they made their last march to death, what did they feel? And when the neighbors were looking on.
Ну то як, німці вбивали їх, і все, і зникали. Всі знали про це і все. Акції були, через кожних пару днів акції їх вбивали. І вивозили. Вон там є 5 тисяч, там ще десь є 4 тисячі могили є. Бучачі.
In the end, only 100 of the town's 10,000 Jews survived the Nazi occupation. Today, only one of those people still lives in Buchach. Her name is Gisela Fisher.
Wait a second. Gisela Fisher. And here she is.
Сейчас таких.
Как пам'ятаєте мене? От батька вбили.
В 44-му, 1 мая. Батька
Father was killed.
і двоюродного брата вбили тоді.
Батька.
А я ще якраз їм їсти носила.
Що який то був? Який то був? Тільки для кого?
Для кобів.
Для кого їсти? Тільки вождівця для кого?
Ну тут вот они модлились. Я вижу.
А що зараз там є? Низ?
Let's have a look.
Цех. Там цех, там миють картоплю, чистять, ріжуть капусту.
Приватні?
Ні, для столових.
люди, не треба. Не носіться, заборонено.
It's okay. It's all right.
We went to this way we went to the, no, can't recall. There was a restaurant across the street. Yeah. Everything changed, but 45 years is a lifetime, is a lots of times. But it is Buchach, but it isn't Buchach anymore for me. No.
Сіли ще сон. Сіли.
Zhenko, he was my son, my child. He was my companion. He was coughing terribly. We got a doctor, and he said he's got diphtheria. I was holding him in my arms. You could hear the last, you know, just like a dying child. He died in my arms. There was a small place for a child, and we buried our child there. This was in December 1942. Make shots.
Look at the graves here. They're just all falling over.
Please make more pictures.
It's awful, eh? The way these are kept.
What a disgrace. It was a beautiful cemetery with stones, you know.
Watch where you step.
Kada Shemira Bu, the Almayo Devara, Karotech, Yamlich, Maseva, Haimalino, Alko Israel, Vem Rumain, so Shalom Vem Rumaf, so Shalom Malin. I thought maybe I'm a blessed one. My child died from God's hand, but not from murderer's hand. It's hard to understand. I was relieved.
Just a few kilometers outside of Buchach is the tiny village of Medvedovce. After Izhenko died, my mother left the crowded bunkers of Buchach and came here, while the rest of her family stayed behind. For the next year, she and 5 others hid in the attic of a Polish family's home. Their saviors were Dziadek Wicherek, his wife, and daughter Yuzha.
After 2 weeks, while we were sitting at the Dziadek's attic, and we heard across the street there came in a Ukrainian neighbor, and she said, do you know that in Buchach they took out Jews and they killed them? She described exactly the place they took out Jews. So I knew that's it. My family was there.
This was the exact spot where my mother hid for a year. The house is gone now, and the Wicherek family moved to Western Poland after the war. But there are still people here who remember them.
So when was it destroyed? After the war, the house? No, can you ask her?
Yeah, she said when they came back from the evacuation,
The house
all
was
the
gone.
houses was destroyed. To всі нові хати там. You can see yourself, you see? А тут Wicherek був.
Так, то вихер.
Зайшло ще сюди, звідсюди.
А тут
Mom.
молодили, город тримають.
Yeah.
So this is where you were in an attic for 11 months, eh?
А він нас